Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Intertextual Experience, where we're going to talk about Brewster, and the people who love Brewster, with Shut and Sit Down's
Whoa.
very own Tom Brewster. How are you doing today?
He said the thing. I'm doing great, thank you. I'm doing very good. You've caught me at my sleepiest, but I'm ready to go on a deranged journey by the sounds of things, involving various components that you've got me to assemble in front of me. I'm intrigued to find out their use.
Okay, well, hopefully it all works out. I think we're going to both be in the same sleep zone, but yeah, we didn't. I didn't give you too much warning outside of madness and random components, so I think that's gonna be all right.
It'll
And
work.
yeah. I uh I was going to I was going to apologize for not having things prepared due to playing too much Mugenics, but that's a lie. I haven't even had time to play too much Mugenics to not prepare this episode. So
I see. You haven't had the time to waste.
I haven't had the time to. So I guess the benefit here is I actually do have some stuff set up for us, but
Exceptional. I'm into it.
that's a kind of tie-in, and that's the fact that the framing for this episode is going to be a roguelite
Am I
podcast
gonna
episode.
Am I going to choose from three things? Or maybe even four things if we're using eugenics as an example. Am I going to
Hmm.
make choices? Am I going to have branching paths?
You, okay, let's put it this way. You have choices.
Oh,
I don't know how good the choices are,
okay.
but we'll start off with the choice right away, and we're actually going to come up with a title for the game that we're playing, and that's going to be based on three of your favorite roguelites.
Three of my favorite rogue likes.
Mhm.
We'll start with Balatro. I'm a big
Okay.
Balatro enjoyer. So we
Okay.
could start with Chip, maybe, because that's a core. Or we could have Chip Cat from Eugenics, because I'm really enjoying that right now. Chipcat Breach. Is Into the Breach a roguelike? Yeah, sure, why
Oh
not?
yeah. Yeah.
Chipcat Breach. Is that allowed?
Yeah. So that will be the title of our roguelite is
Okay.
Chip Cat Breach.
Chipcat Breach.
I feel like
It
that's oh
it's gonna
sorry.
sell so badly. It's gonna sell so badly. No one's gonna be playing Chipcat Breach. Except for us, right now.
It kind of sounds like that the Tactical Breach Wizards title.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. Well, that's not a roguelike.
Yeah.
Just because
Okay,
it's
well,
got breach.
just because it's got Breach. But okay, so we have a title, so we're actually moving even speedier than I assumed. Let's do this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to share one of my screens, and you get to pick a character. So this is your first
Oh
selection.
my
You're going to get
goodness.
to choose a character. And as this is an audio only podcast, I will do something that will share out. Like, so basically in the show notes, I'll probably have like a slides presentation and then people can see these really great things that I've created for, for this. Okay, share screen options. No, wait, I just need to click share. Okay, can you see my screen or my one?
Wow. So just to describe what I'm looking at here, for audio purposes, it's kind of a little blue fella with a kind of big piece of heraldry maybe on his chest and a sort of American football style grill on his face. And then there's a green blobby thing that looks a bit like a diagram of a cell if it got ideas. And then in the top right, there's sort of Mr. Burns's hair with two triangles. It's really astounding. It's quite an image that I'm peeping. Tell me what's going on.
Okay, so these are cursed versions of three playable characters. So you have like a knight-ish character.
Night-ish. Uh-huh.
You have an ogre-ish,
Hmm.
and then a bat. But
No ish on the bat.
no, it's just straight up a bat. I mean, again, they're all bad, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab your face and stick it into one of the characters and bin the other two.
I see. I understand.
Yeah,
I think I would look best on an ogre. Can I have the ogre character,
you
please?
can. Okay,
Can
so
I
let's
become an ogre?
watch this. So not a fun animation of their parts getting chopped up, but
No! Oh, they're being deleted in front of my very eyes. They're
yes.
being removed.
Yeah, I won't.
Okay. Uh, My face from a thumbnail is now being transposed onto the ogre,
Yes.
in a sort of sickening grimace. It's haunting. It's truly haunting.
Well, let's just say that all the challenges that you're going to face in this podcast should be very afraid.
Okay, okay, good. I am scared of the podcast now.
Okay, good. So that is your character. We will come back. I mean, you're a little bit spoiled. You see that there's a treasure chest,
I'm
and
peeping that treasure chest right now.
there are things in that treasure chest that you'll get to use.
Okay, good.
Okay, whew. All right, we are like I said, we're going. Um, so the general premise of this, again, it doesn't. Okay, oh goodness gracious, gracious, too much. Oh, there's like schoolwork on here. I'm going crazy. All right.
I was wondering, I was looking at the tabs and I
Yeah,
was
you're looking.
wondering if the educational work was going to be part of the roguelike experience.
That's not a roguelite that I want to play anymore. Okay, so those tabs are gone, but the general idea behind this, and I'll zoop this over here. You can't see my right screen. You can only see the
Yes,
your face
correct.
still,
I'm
right? Okay.
all I can look at right now is a picture of an ogre with my face on it. It's great. It's a good
Okay,
view.
perfect. So the general idea here is we're going to hop into a the most basic slides presentation, and
Uh-huh.
that is going to kind of randomly set you on a path. As you mentioned, four is a good number. And
Mm.
coincidentally, this is episode 44. So I kind of was like, four is a good number. So
Ah.
there are kind of like four different challenges
Okay.
that
That I must face.
yeah, that you must face. And if you like fail any of them, we come back to the avatar and upgrade screen and you get to get an upgrade. And if it ever and I know we kind of have like a time constraint too, so time could be a constraint. We just gotta click the pause on the Steam Deck and just call it a day. Or we can lose, and the way we lose is if we exhaust all of the questions in one of the game's pathways.
Okay, I
And
see. I understand. That's a very interesting concept for a roguelike already, in the sense that having a roguelike where you can only lose so many times on one level and you need to use your freaking brain to come back to it. I'm into it. I want to see this as a video game. Stat.
yeah, well, I mean, for practical purposes, it was like the easiest thing I could come up with for this. So, but yeah, hopefully it works out. I like I said,
Right.
it's this is out there,
We'll
and I
find out
like to
together.
create some out there things. But okay, so we are here. We are on
Chipcat Breach.
Shipcatcher Beach, and now as I'm trying to do the most with the least, Google Slides has some new templates, and this is one
Okay.
of their like newer fonts templates, and it's got some pop to it. But all right, you've got a D4 though.
I've got a D4, one of my
You get
components.
yes, one of your components. You get to roll that die.
I'm rolling it. I have been bestowed a 4.
A four. Hey, the four is the number. So we go to four. Ooh, and this is the category of firing the literary canon and then other text. So each one of these slides has a different task. And this one, what I want you to do is I'm going to kind of read you. Well, okay, this is a setup step. This is like probably the only thing outside of the tape one that needs a little bit of setup. But you're going to be throwing paper into like a bin or like a box. You have the box ready.
I have a
So
box. I
you
have a
have the
box right
box.
here.
The box can be like multi-purpose. If you could place that box somewhere far enough away that you would deem it difficult enough, doesn't have to be like impossible, to throw a piece of paper into.
I've placed it like maybe a me and a half away from me.
Okay. A U and a half way, I think, is like a really good starting point. So the parameters of this roguelite are not obviously graphically induced or video game coded. They are they're very human.
Yeah.
Um, and for this, what I want you to do, and each of these pathways kind of has like a strand, and maybe there's some overarching message that these questions get at too. But some of that ties to experience, some of that ties to expectations, some of that here is tying to the canon of sorts. So
Hmm.
I like literature, and I mean, I'm an expert in nothing, but I've probably studied literary things the most in my life. And I think, most people would deem the idea of a canon problematic for a slew of reasons. It's very exclusionary, and it's just not going to, yeah, there's like a million things. I'm not gonna like terribly explain how that could be problematic, but we get to like destroy different cannons. We get to fire them physically and metaphorically.
Okay.
So the question one for this is, what's a canonical piece of literature that you were forced to read in secondary school that you wish you could fire into the sun? So what you get to
Oh.
do here is you get to, first off, you can think about it. You can write your answer on a sheet of paper, it could be a half sheet, and then you're going to write it, crumple it up, and try to throw it into that box.
Am I for what sin am I firing the cannon for? Is there a specific thing we're angling for here, or is it just if I have a petty vendetta? Is that
Oh,
permitted?
petty vendettas are more than permitted.
Hmm,
Yeah,
that's
the
very
answer,
interesting.
it's the physical task is going to determine whether you succeed or not, and everything else is the in between.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, you know what the first thing is that comes to my mind, and this might not be the best choice because it's literally the most immediate thing that has sprung into my brain. Um, so apologies for any Shakespeare heads out there. Actually, not apologies to Shakespeare heads.
Ooh.
I know, it's spicy. But here's what I'm firing, and here's the reason I'm firing it. At least for now, I might miss so that it won't get fired. I presume it'll just be on my office floor. I think I'd like to put Romeo and Juliet in the literary canon bin because I am a big Shakespeare enjoyer. Specifically, I became a Shakespeare enjoyer in my A levels where we did King Lear, and I found King Lear to be electric. I found it to be gripping. I found it to be exciting. I found it to be enticing. All these things, and it made me into a fan of literature, ye olden literature, I suppose is what I'll say. Because then we follow that up with The Alchemist, which is a Ben Jonson play, which I think is so it's fantastic and comparable to a lot of the great Shakespeare plays, in my opinion. Um, and I just feel like so many people get batted away from pursuing literature broadly because they have bad experiences of Shakespeare in school. And specifically, I think the en route of Romeo and Juliet, which I think to a lot of people these days plays as a romance, but one that they don't understand because it's written in this slightly archaic way. And so I feel like there's maybe a better, like if Romeo and Juliet didn't exist, I feel like people would be getting into more exciting Shakespeare texts earlier. And that's why I'm firing it into the bin. No offense, Willie. All's good between me and you, pal.
All right.
Is that
Well,
reasonable? I don't know.
oh, that's beyond reasonable. I, I've had to teach Romeo and Juliet coincidentally a whole bunch, and the only defense that I will put up for it is the fact that I think it's well, I mean, obviously, Shakespeare, even, in his dramas, he has comedies and vice
Mm,
versa.
mm.
But I think it's a much funnier play. And I think the way that, all these adults just keep failing these two children
Yeah.
is funnier than most productions or adaptations like let on.
Right, right, right. That's interesting. Yeah, because I think of it as almost quite serious, but then I think a lot of the like it's funny how so much of the the Shakespeare canon is interpreted as being very vaunted and I don't know, like something for intellectuals to engage with, but fundamentally they're all very like entertaining, right? Like that's the point of them, and they are. So yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Ari Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
But it's going in the bin, right?
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, it's up to you to see if you can make it into the bin.
Okay, okay. And this is what the paper is for, I presume,
Yep.
the
Yes.
various sheets.
Mhm. So
And I
you can
write,
write
I
R
can
and
write Romeo.
J, Romeo and Juliet, however.
I'm holding it up to the camera to show nobody but you.
Okay.
Can I ball it up? I presume I can ball it
Oh
up.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, here goes. Oh, it was so close. It was so close. It bounced off the rim. It bounced off the rim.
That's
Romeo and
that's
Juliet lives to see another day.
my goal. I'm successful. I tried saving it, and I think that little kernel snuck into your head.
Yeah, and it just tilted my hand ever so slightly.
But this is good because now you can start to see some of the meta progression. So first off, we got to drop no.
Oh no! I'm looking at a tombstone with my name on it, and I'm being instructed to roll the die once more.
Oh, sorry. This one doesn't. You will roll the die. Oh no, no, no! Too many spoilers. It did not. Oh my
I'm closing
goodness
my eyes. I'm
gracious.
closing my
Okay.
eyes. I'm seeing so much information whip past me.
Okay. No, you. So you were basically supposed to go back to the roll the die screen, but before there, we get to visit the treasure chest.
Oh yeah,
All right.
that's one of my
So
favorite things. Is a well-stocked treasure chest.
so I'm going to move the treasure chest, and there are going to be four different upgrades. What they do, I know for the most part, and you could potentially find out.
Great, great. I love the security of I know for the most part.
Yeah.
Holy.
Okay.
So,
So
what I'm looking at here is a two. Is it meant to be two brick walls?
there's
I
supposed to be
presume.
four. I just had to throw them in the back because the Google drawing ordering. I just shoved them all in the chest. There are four walls.
Yeah, in terms for if, for game engines, it's got to be you got your Unities, you got your Godot, and now this up and coming Google Sheets. It's the hot new engine everyone's talking about. I'm looking at some worms. I'm looking at some walls. I'm looking at some beans. I'm looking at various small box games such as Dropalter, Innovation, Tonga Bonga, and Scout.
Yes.
Um, I got to choose. I got to choose Tonga Bonga, please. Is that
Okay.
an eligible choice?
Tonga Bonga. All choices are eligible.
Excellent.
Okay. So
I'm
you
holding
can
a
just
Tonga
be
Bonga now.
holding Tonga. The vault gets covered up again, even though
It's resealed.
you know all
Even though
the
I know the
content.
entire contents.
Okay. So your ogreish character is now holding Tonga Bonga.
Ogres love Tonga Bonga. What can I say?
I
Okay.
was gonna say if it doesn't get the shut up and sit down recommend, it can get the ogre
Yeah,
recommendation.
it can indeed. This image can be put onto the box. I'll email the publisher post haste.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. Okay, so with these small box games, like I said, there are threads of things that make sense, and your power up for having a small box game is you can use it as a redo. Just straight up, it's a redo.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
a lot of these games, I guess Stropolter's the only one that doesn't really fit that bill, have been like re-implemented in some sense. So like Scout was innovations on the fourth
Ah.
one, and they're all small box games, and you
So if
do a
I'd have
lot of the
picked
small box.
innovation, I would have get four redos in one, right? That's the deal there, right?
I mean, if we wanna like make that rule, we can make that rule. But I think this redo is usable at any time, but then Tonga
Hmm.
Bonga just disappears like the other two characters. So
I see. I understand. Okay.
okay,
Fully deleted.
wait, delete. All right, we're back to the die though. You get to
Okay.
roll the die again.
It's a three.
Ooh, okay, let's see what three is. Ooh, pod racers. Okay, this is bringing up another screen here. So, ba-bum. I have to copy and paste your newest avatar. There's a
My
lot.
most
There's a lot of.
common, my most recent iteration of the ogre.
Yep. So we'll copy all of that. We're gonna go here. There's
Oh no.
there's there's another one.
And there's I can see the previous dead racer,
Yes,
the dead character has come to haunt me.
the
What
dead
I'm looking at
character.
now is two what I presume they're railroad tracks.
Hmm.
And I, as an ogre, am stood on them, looking towards a preliminary finish line.
Yeah, I will just because it's closest. I will grab this knight thing with the football helmet. Ooh,
Mm.
I gotta swoop. I have to set this to the front. It has to be on the tracks order.
Oh yeah, of course.
Refund.
Otherwise, it just wouldn't work. Otherwise, no.
And guess what? You, oh my, where am I? There it is. Have to
Oh,
race
wow,
against.
you've got your own
You
face.
have to go against me.
Oh, you've become the knight.
I've
This is
become the knight.
very scary stuff.
Okay, let's see if I can just group it real quick. This is bad, but we can't spend too much time on the nonsense of the formatting of this.
For an audio medium,
Yeah,
the fidelity of the race may not matter.
exactly. Okay, but people, yeah, I'll make sure this image makes it. Okay, so for this one, this is all luck.
Okay.
Because I have to stack the odds against you early on, make it a little more challenging. You can pick two numbers on a D6 die,
Hmm.
and on those two, you move. On the other four, I would move.
Okay. I like it.
Okay,
Uh, I will have 1 and 6, please.
okay.
The polar opposites.
That is perfect. You got the nice little die wrap around in there too. So you can roll, and whatever is the result, I will move your character up one railroad track. And right now, we have to move three total spaces. So whoever moves three
Okay.
spaces
Is
wins.
the winner. All right. I'm rolling the dice. It's a 2. It's an
All right.
unfortunate start. I'm rolling again. I got a 1. I got a 1.
Ooh.
I'm holding it up like it
Oh,
matters.
your
Like
face is
oh
your
no. I'm
oh,
going so fast that my face got left behind. And
and
Tonga
Tonga.
Bonga.
We'll just leave Tonga
That's
Bonga.
fine. Tonga Bonga can stay at the start line. Oh, okay. I'm not. I got another 1.
Okay,
I got another 1
perfect.
right there.
I have to
This is
group you though. I
unbelievable.
don't want your face to fall away this
Group
time.
me up.
What is
Oh,
going on here?
oh no. Just my body has left the rest of me.
Well,
That's fine.
if
It's
yep.
escaping.
Next time we'll have like an arm or a leg. Just go to the finish line if you
Okay.
if you
I'm
make it.
rolling again. A 2.
Okay, two.
This dice is a trick dice. It only rolls 1s and 2s by the looks of
Ones and
things.
twos so far.
Okay.
This is
4.
four. All right, the definitive
Oh
roll.
no,
Oh,
that's it. And
just
just your face. Just
just
your
my
face.
face. Good thing the grouping of these things worked out really well. All right. Well,
Well,
we'll, we'll,
I'm dead
we'll
again, I suppose.
you are dead again, but you technically have to answer a question on this one because again, we are
Hmm.
exhausting the questions as we go. So we've got one exhausted canon, and now we will have one exhausted pod racer question. Okay, so this is on brand with the game actually that well the game that we just did, and that is what do you think is the best or your favorite racing board game?
Oh, that's a good question. There's like I guess the thing that's nice about racing games is there's such a nice variety within them as a category. I think if you were to ask like what's my favorite racing game for like strategic, what is a game that feels the most like racing, I'd probably say Heat. Just because I think that the experience of playing Heat with, especially with competent players of Heat, is so sharp and exciting and so crunchy, but it doesn't lose that momentum, which is kind of incredible because it is quite a complex game to operate, but it somehow manages to keep up that speed for the entire time. And the same with Flamme Rouge to some extent. Like I think Flamme Rouge's expansion is truly wonderful in creating the feelings of not just an individual race, but the whole grand tour. And it's a racing game in a different dimension. It doesn't care about the individual race; it's caring about the big picture. And I think that's something that isn't explored that well in racing board games broadly. You know, your sprinter crosses the finish line, and then that's it. What happens afterwards? Nobody knows or cares. But in the Flamme Rouge expansion, you become incredibly tired, and I think that's delightful. But then, I mean, maybe I'm being biased because it's directly behind you. But recently, we've been playing a whole bunch of Magical Athlete and Hot Streak for review. And I just think Magical Athlete, every time it's hit the table, has just been such a delight. These are very boring answers. I don't have any specific niche pick that's kind of hiding in the back of my brain for you here. But I think those would arguably be my favorites. I was thinking, I could throw you a spicy curveball here and be like, oh, my favorite racing game is, I don't know, like Druids of Edera or something like that. I've been really enjoying. I've been reading characteristics of games recently, and I've been really enjoying them describing all board games as either races or brawls, being very
Hmm.
essentialist about the whole picture of games and being like, these are the two kinds. And I think that it's funny because when you play a lot of these like point salad Euro games, it's like, oh, we are kind of racing here. Like we're just trying to churn out the most. If you count victory points as spaces on a track, then suddenly any Euro game transforms into a scintillating race. But yeah, that's my boring answer would be Heat, Magic Athlete, and Hot Streak and whatever all in one soup.
I and Druids of Edera as well.
Mm, that one too. That one too. My favorite racing game.
Okay, perfect. I cannot tell you how to play the game, but I mean, you technically have a redo. The thing here is the odds are still technically stacked against you in this
Yeah, bad
particular
odds.
game. So if you're going to use that redo, you could just like lose another time here. So
Yeah, I'm saving my redo for when it's really going to matter, when it's going to free me from the roguelike structure, and I'll
yes.
ascend to godhood or something.
Okay, perfect. And I liked and for the record, I liked your answers as well. My uh kind of thought was I just know that you've talked about a lot of games recently. Obviously the, Magical Athlete and Hot Streak and playing those a lot and all the things that you've talked about. I was just curious which ones rose to the top. So that's kind of I don't know, it's on my mind. And I've been playing those games too. I'm not sure if you there is Hot Streak above my head as well, kind of like the
Oh yeah, I can
dial.
see it. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. We actually played because a friend of the show, Tim, made a great video on homemade magical athletes. And I played a bunch of that recently just before the review, and again that was a really delightful creative exercise. I highly recommend people give that a whirl if they're magical athlete fans.
Yeah, I watched that video and I'll make sure I link that one as well. That was a hoot. I have not done that yet, but I definitely want to,
It's
given the
very,
right
very
crowd.
silly. Truly, truly silly.
All right, speaking of silly, let's go back to the treasure chest.
So I could acquire more small box games, which I presume would give me more redos.
The small
Um,
box games give you more redos. Yeah, I will spoil that meta element. You don't know what the other three
yeah. I would like to sample some beans, please.
like to sample some beans. Okay, so do we want you to be like standing on the beans, kind of like
Yes,
you're
please.
stomping them like a
Yeah, like I'm making wine out of bean,
bean wine?
please.
All right.
Yes. First pressing.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. An ogre in a swamp of bean.
This is very fitting. Holding Tonga Bunga.
Holding Tonga Bonga. It's me. It's me all over.
Okay, so for the beans, technically, I'm not sure how that would. I've thought about beans within the context of the three other challenges, but I haven't thought about them within that racing one, which is automated. But the beans, they let you battle. So instead of merely
Oh.
having to do the challenge by yourself, you can throw down the beans and I have to do the same thing. So it's not like whether you do it or not, it's
Oh.
like who beats the other person.
Right. An Uno reverse card. I
Hmm.
appreciate it. Okay, very
Yep.
good.
So you have to beat the master, me.
The master of rolling a d6 and getting a one or something.
That's true. But like for the paper one, I would have to like make myself a little throw
A
space and
little,
throw
yeah,
paper.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, okay,
Okay, so now you have a redo and you have a battle.
okay. Excellent. Okay, I'm rolling a dice again. Take us to two.
Too. Hey, I I'm glad that it is giving us some exposure to our different
Hey, we're
challenges.
sampling all the challenges, which is less roguelike. We need. Maybe I should just fix it and make the same one happen a few times. What's
Yeah, I don't
behind
know.
door number two?
Door number two. Ooh, we have stack up. Okay, so for this one, I have asked you to have four D6s on hand.
Yes.
Um, I have an arbitrary time. I kind of like messed around with timing once or twice. I really don't know how hard or easy this can be. But when I say go, we'll start with 15 seconds.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is you're going to roll your four dice, and then your goal is to stack them from highest value to lowest value. So, like a one couldn't be at the bottom of your base because it couldn't support like a five. So if you had a six, if you rolled a six, you could put any other die besides a six on top of it, so on and so forth. So like this, hypothetically, the four dice that I have in front of me are a six, five, three, and one. That would be completely viable. I could just stack the five on top of the six, the three on top of the five, and then the one on top of the three.
Mm.
But if I, for some reason, rolled two of the same numbers, the same number can't go on, so I'd have to re-roll that until I can stack the appropriate numbers. So,
Okay. I'm ready.
okay, so offering you, do you want to do the 15 seconds or do you want to battle me?
I can do a 15-second dice roll and stack them, I reckon. If I
Okay,
know
okay.
myself, I can put dice on top of dice.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I will give you a three, two, one, go as the cadence. Three, two, one, go.
I've got a five. I can put a four on top of my five. I
Hmm.
can put a three on top of my four. I can put a
Yes.
one on top of my three.
Yep. All,
Done.
all, all stacked. Easy. 7 seconds left.
7 seconds left to stack. I'm a pro. I'm a
You
pro.
are
I could put my triangle dice on top as a little trophy. I don't know.
within the time frame as well. You just get like bonus points.
Oh
Maybe
yes.
the roguelite gods will grant you another treasure. Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, but okay, so you beat stack up. There's a question for this though, obviously. If you
Mm.
were to think about a board game that matched or met, well, however you want to think about it, all of your expectations, which one sticks out the most?
I'll be a parody of myself in talking about what I think hits that. But I've been playing a huge amount of the Oath expansion recently. On Tabletop Simulator, I've gone back to the cursed program in order to get my fix, and I've been having a great time. And I think that the playing that again kind of reminded me about how much I felt as though Arcs was obviously I did a big double review of Arcs and it was it's one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game. But I think that it's sort of in this contested position with Oath at all times, and playing Oath again kind of reminded me of how much I love it and how much it does just tick all of my personal boxes as far as having a once you get a kind of experienced group around it for certain, it has this kind of like quite relatively snappy cadence, which I think surprises some people who play very long games of Oath. I like playing it quite loose and fast and a little daft, and it also has this wonderful sort of narrative that branches out of it as well. It has lush presentation that gets people very excited about it. There's just sort of no box that it isn't ticking. But I think what it really does so well is that like storytelling aspect merged with the sort of diplomatic, and it has a very interesting relationship with winning and losing, which I think is maybe my like. I think that there's something about that that I really find compelling in games is when you have a kind of narrative or storytelling reason to seed victory or to play in a way that is kind of deliberately pushing against the game in a way that's kind of interesting. I really enjoyed. We played recently. I played The Presence, which is this fascinating semi-cooperative game about a ghost in a house haunting it, doing some spooky stuff. But it has this really delightful component where the ghost may or may not be on the same side as the people, and all of their cards that they have to play to do various actions, all of them have a kind of positive and negative read of them. And so a lot of the game is trying to gain the trust of the players around the table as you play out these cards, and they try and interpret what you're doing as being for good or for not. And I think there's something fascinating that kind of bubbled out of that game. I don't know why I'm linking it to Oath in this way, but there's something about the way in which that game changes what a win or what a loss kind of like looks like for the players, because I found like by the end of our game of The Presence, I'd betrayed everyone around the table as a ghost. I'd gained everyone's trust, and then I'd at the last minute to get to secure my own victory, I'd dashed their hopes against the rocks. And I almost in those final moments had that little part of my brain that was like, no, they do deserve to win. They've worked hard for this. They should win the game. And there's something kind of nice about the way that Oath will kind of allow that read to actually sort of happen. It's similar to Inish as well. You have these games in which like a rightful leader is kind of decided by the table. And I like those moments that kind of transcend the mechanics of, oh, I need to win, I need to score X amount of points, and become more of a social victory in a strange way. That's a very wobbly answer. Apologies. That is, but I just think that game ticks all my boxes, pushes all my buttons.
No, no, I think that definitely touches at a whole bunch of interesting things that, you know, you could talk about for a long time. But I think that that idea of, considering or questioning what a win is or the importance of it is more of a newer
Mm.
development, and I think more games are trying to ask that question.
Yeah. And I think that like not to to again parody of myself, but the other Cole Worley game I've been playing, or Cole Worley and Joe Kelly game I've been playing a bunch recently, is Molly House, and Molly House having this kind of state in which you can betray the rest of the community in order to sort of save yourself. I think adds an element where a lot of players around my table have gone, well, I don't want to do that, even if it would win me the game. I a victory for me would not be betraying the trust of others, and I think that that's fascinating and a space that I want to see more of in games. Absolutely. Um,
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, I think that is interesting. Like obviously the designer link in Cole and Cole working with Joe,
mm,
and but also very different reasoning for questioning why you would want to win than an Oath, where
yes.
you're thinking about the narrative or how that's going to play
Hmm.
into the next one. Huh.
Yeah. Whereas Molly House being this kind of isolated sort of like, individual moment where mechanically it will always make sense to do the bad thing, but people will kind of be very reticent to do so because of the kind of implications and the setting that's created, and the very real feelings that come out of that game as well. That's I could talk about that game for hours. It's delightful. It's truly something else.
That is awesome. Well, you won this challenge.
A one stack up.
Oath
Yes.
oath stacked up to your expectations, and your
Uh...
answer stacked up to mine as well. So we get to move on, and I think now it's going to cyclically go. So this was two, so you're going to see three, which you have seen before.
We're back at
Oh,
pod racing.
pod racers. This is a cruel fate. Okay, so hmm. Oh my goodness. All right, here we are. We're back at pod racers. We
We're
got to
back at
reset.
pod
We got to
race.
reset the racers.
Here we go. With your head slightly ahead of your body.
Yeah,
My
like
tonga
okay.
bonga at the start line.
All right, for this one, because like I said, your beans, I'm not sure how beans could work with this. If you want to use your beans, I can offer you
It's very
another
meta, a roguelike that kind of negotiates with you. Very interesting.
there is one of the items that even allows for negotiation as well. Just has not been picked. Um, but yeah, I can offer you half of the like faces of the of a die to move
Mm.
you if you want to use up your beans.
You know, I think I will. I think I'll use up my beans. I think I'll spend my beans
Okay.
because I think I've got a good feeling about this one.
Okay. So are you keeping 1 and 6? I think you have to. I'm gonna lock you in on those.
Yeah, I'll
But then
keep
you
one
just
and
get to
six.
pick another one.
I'll have two as well.
Okay.
Two was rolled a lot on that dice. It feels like it's gonna happen more. It's got a personality zone, and I'm gonna choose a different dice. I'm gonna choose a red one this time,
Okay.
just to
Perfect.
see what happens. Okay, right. That's a three.
I'll have
Oh
I'm gonna pick
no,
one part
no.
of each of us to move along this
Yeah,
track.
yeah, that seems
Yeah,
just your heraldry is moving. Okay, I'm rolling again. A six.
okay. We'll move Tonga Bonga. It was left in the dust last time.
Yeah, Tonga Bonga is feeling left out. Yeah, absolutely. A one.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, I have a chance. I have a chance. A four.
Ooh. This oh my gosh, both we're all moving.
Okay, okay. A five.
Brr,
Huge L. Huge
brr.
L for Tom.
An
Another loss. I
L.
mean, I could use my Tonga Bonga, I presume, but I think I'm not going to because I feel like I don't get the use of my. I don't think I get the beans anymore if I Tonga
That's
Bonga it,
true.
right?
That's I let's put it this way. I think for the used beans, if we get back to Railroad Ink Racers, the
Mm-hmm.
title of this game,
Yes, yes.
you you always have the three, unless there's something else that can make it even spicier for you as well. So yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you if you use the Tonga Bonga. But again,
Oh
I deleted
no,
the beans.
I'll take the L. I'll take the
Okay.
L on this one.
All right. So this is still in the racing space, just like the last one.
Hmm.
But what is your favorite racing video game?
Oh, that's a. I need to like. I don't actually play that many racing video games. I feel like I'm going to need to scan my brain for this. I remember when I was very young, I had Gran Turismo for the PlayStation 2, and I was very upset with it because I was too young to understand Gran Turismo for the PlayStation 2, and I was having a truly terrible time with it. Oh, you know what? I don't know if it even really counts, but I'll submit it anyway. There's probably better racing games out there, or more true racing games than this. But can I say Ultimate Chicken Horse? Is that permitted? Can that be a racing game?
Any, so the answers are 100% permitted no matter what. I honestly
Okay.
don't know this game.
It's so the way it works, it's like a platforming game in which you have a you're trying to get from left to right. There is on the left there is a start space, and on the right there is a flag that you need to get to, and it's a platformer. And at the start, it's very simple. You just run from left to right, and everyone gets to the flag, and then you win. But then as the game continues, players add obstacles into the level to kind of hamstring other players or make things more difficult, and the sort of escalating challenge of the platformer like gradually increases. But you're always dealing with the pressure of having to try and get to the flag first, so people will rush and make mistakes and do silly things, and you're also racing to pick the best pieces as you're building the level. And I just think I've had many a time where I've had people around a table just absolutely wheezing with laughter, sat on the sofa, playing this game. So Ultimate Chicken Horse will be my favorite racing game, even though it's barely a racing game.
Hey, it works for me. And I would say that sounds more entertaining than being a child and realizing in Gran Turismo that
Oh.
they want you to do a 600 lap race around some
Just
nonsense.
remember finding it very slow. Cars are meant to go fast. Why are they so slow?
Slow down to an absolute dead
Mm,
stop to take this corner. Why
yep.
can't I just like drift around it? I don't know.
I need to crash into more walls.
Perfect. No, I'll look into that game a bit, and that works. But you've lost pod racers. It's been
I have.
unkind to you two times now, and
So I have two more strikes at pod races. Is that the
yeah, you have two more strikes at
two
pod
more
racers.
strikes
All
at
right,
pod
we're
races?
back to your avatar. Beans are gone. You know what beans are supposed to do, and you know what they can do in the one level. You still have Tonga Bonga, and I'm giving you two upgrades.
Two.
Two.
Oh, well, I'll have the two that I haven't seen yet. I'll have a worm and a wall, please.
Okay, so we'll take a worm. So worm, let's put a worm in your ear.
Yeah, in my Shrek conical ear. I like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
that's the good stuff.
let's see if I can actually grab a wall. There we are. Okay, so first off, I will say worm because you selected worm first.
The
This
background
is
was brought forward. It's
this is
hidden my wall.
this is so
You can just
cursed.
leave the wall
Yeah,
off to
well,
one
yeah,
side.
the
We,
wall
we,
the wall
we'll
will like
remember.
fittingly just hang out over here. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And there's a hidden wall there.
There's a buried wall. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so your worm is going to basically do what the beans did in the pod racers, and it's going to wind up like shrinking the challenge. So
Okay.
for
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
toss, like you can move the box closer.
Mm.
For the race, you can get another die face. I guess technically you could almost become unbeatable in the
If I
pod
had enough
race.
worms. Yeah, if I
Yeah.
broke the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we haven't gotten to the other challenge yet, but again, just for the stackable one, it would have gone down to like three dice, or we could have shrunk
Mm.
time, but maybe that one's just too easy anyway. But it's fine. That's that's the best designed roguelite is this one. Um, and then the fourth wall is you get to propose a rule change, and we can negotiate whether or not I accept the rule
Ah,
change.
okay, I see. This is the
So
negotiation aspect. I
this is
understand.
the fourth wall. We get to break the fourth wall.
Ah, I understand. Very clever.
Yes. But yeah, you can use the wall whenever. Anything that pops in your mind, what would it be?
Okay, great.
Okay.
Good
All
stuff.
right. We're back to it.
A four.
A four. Oh my gosh. And four. Oh, okay. Here we are.
We're back to the cannon.
We're back to the canon.
Okay. What am I firing now?
Okay. This
Um,
one is different question though. Yeah.
oh, a
I
different
mean, same
question.
same idea,
Yes.
but we're gonna more or less go down different mediums. So, what's a BGG top 100 game you wish could be launched from the same
Oh,
canon?
this is great. I get to go look at the BGG top 100 and be upset.
Hmm. And
Let's
then
have
and
let's
then
have a little peek.
and then make other people upset in the process.
Yeah. Oh, there's an easy one. There's an easy one. Like it's right near the top. We can get rid of terraforming Mars. Let's just get rid of terraforming Mars. It's an
Okay.
easy one to get rid of. There's games in there that probably that I'd like less in that top 100. But you know what? I'll say that the people behind it can get in the bin. Let's chuck the cannon.
All right, just as a heads up, you have the worm so you can make the box closer to you,
Has been a
or
while since I've thrown a piece of paper into this box.
Mhm. Or you can just bank on trying and then using your redo. And you have a fourth wall. You're loaded up. You've got tons of powers.
I am, and I think I want to get slightly more powerful. I haven't hit. I think I can do. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
Okay.
It's in. It's in.
Well,
Okay,
look at
we did
that.
it. We did
You've
it.
you've kept all of your powers
Oh,
and
yes.
hmm, okay. So we are actually then so this wraps around to the only challenge you have not done yet.
This is why I kept all the power ups.
Yep. Okay. And here's the deal. You already tried to bin Shakespeare, and here's my little Shakespearean fun.
I'm sorry,
That was,
Shakespeare. I'm so
that was-
sorry.
so this is what's in a game. And do you have like for this one we can modify a little bit because you didn't have the tape.
I didn't have the tape. I
Didn't have
failed
the
the
tape.
roguelike before we even started.
Who knows? Who knew that you needed all these things in order to to
In order
fire
to
up
be
the
on a podcast,
yeah.
yeah.
You didn't have the most up-to-date PC. Your graphics card was
That's
not ready for this.
where it's chugging. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But basically my thought for this one was to have you make do you when you were in school, did you ever take a piece of tape, and I got the tape like this,
Mhm.
and kind of make it into a triangle football thing, and then flick it and do field goals like American football and try to like have it hang off the side of the table. So like you would flick towards the other person's side of the table and they'd flick towards yours.
I did not partake in this particular
Oh,
tradition. No, I didn't.
okay. It's a pretty good one. So you get like a desk, like a normal desk, and this is really bad because it's not the best tape, but you make something that looks like this,
Okay, a little tiny triangle.
a little tiny triangle, and then you put it on the table, and depending on how you play it, you can get like one or two flicks in. You try to have it basically hang off the edge of the other person's side of the
Mm,
table. And
okay.
you do that, you score. If you keep missing, the other person gets to kick a little field goal thing. You ready?
Whoa.
Listeners at home are really missing out.
On
Uh,
these sick skills, these tricks.
but yeah, so I guess even without using your fourth wall, what is something that you think you could do that would replicate that general dexterity challenge?
Trying to get a thing near the end of a table.
Yeah, or that's kind of why I also had like a box too, so you could kind of like get it towards the end of the box.
I can try. I'm trying to think what would work on the. I've got like a mouse pad,
Okay.
and I could like launch one of the dice to try and get it to the end of the mouse pad.
Ooh,
And
I
it
think
has
that'd
to
be
be in the like. I can show you, and this again
mhm.
very useful for the
Yes.
for those at home. I could maybe like this is like my scoring zone at the end or something like that, right?
I think that is perfect. I think that fits
Like is
well.
that kind of like shuffleboard? I don't know, but that's what we're
Yeah.
doing.
And Winter Olympics are going on, so it's kind of curling-ish.
It's kind of curling. It's just like curling.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the size of a small pack of tissues is the scoring zone right now.
All right, perfect. I'm 100% on board with this version of this game.
Okay, so I can flick away.
Yep, go for it.
Okay, I didn't even get close. It's like halfway across. It's in no
All right.
man's land. Okay,
How
well,
about this? I'm going to give you a free redo because I
because I've
allowed
been
you to,
good.
because you've been good and because I also, yeah, this this is a patch, so it's a little
Yeah, and it's
glitch.
a. I think I've made it very difficult. But I'm gonna give it another go, and I have got more redos.
Yes. So, but
This is
this is
like the.
this is a free redo.
Okay, okay. Look at that.
That
Look
is
at that.
literally perfect.
It's perfect. I've found my calling, and it's trick shots.
All right. I mentioned, this is obviously going to be audio only. Maybe I can go back and in the video find that clip and just screenshot it and
I'll
share
take
with
a
every.
picture. I'll take a picture and I'll send it. I'll take an HD picture of how perfect this is. This is remarkably good.
That's going to make it in the show notes.
Oh, I'm so good at this. Okay, and I'm tooled up. I've got all my
Yeah.
kit.
You're tooled up. I'll give you this question, and then basically, though, you have two more challenges in a row that you just need to win.
Oh my goodness, I can taste victory. I can taste victory in the roguelike.
All right. So the question here, like the first three are kind of lumped in one idea, and the fourth one's way off. But I don't think we're gonna get to the fourth one. Even we're gonna hit the time. We're gonna get timed out on this, but even before we get close to that. But what's the first moment that you knew being a board game reviewer could or would be your job, and or I'll throw in the option, what's an experience that pushed you to want to pursue all of this in the first place?
Mm. Um, so it's like my sort of I imagine people who've listened to me yap on other podcasts or on Shut Up and Sit Down have heard a billion times the kind of the Shut Up and Sit Down origin story,
Hmm.
or my Shut Up and Sit Down origin story of I basically came out of university after doing a literature degree and then I went and just did a whole bunch of really bad odd jobs, like just tons of like whatever I could get, spinning lots of them at the same time, having an all right time, but not really knowing exactly what I was cut out to do. And then Shut Up and Sit Down posted a an internship application post on their website, and I said, "Hey, I think I could do that." And what gave me the confidence that I could do that? Nothing. I'd literally never used a video camera in my life or written anything about board games before making my application video, but it went well because I ended up here, which is delightful. Congrats to me, I suppose. Yeah, thank you. The
Yes.
tiniest of applause. But I think before that, the kind of like the thing that pushed me into wanting to do like critical work in any way, in any sense, because I think before that I wrote for like the student newspaper. I did lots of like music writing, like reviews of albums that I was listening to and that kind of thing. And I think what was kind of pushing me in that direction to begin with is that I've always been just like excitable about things. I've always wanted to sort of share things with people. Like I'm an evangelist for just like stuff that I like. If I'm enjoying something, then I want nothing more than to share it immediately with as many people as will listen to me ramble about it. And so I think I always wanted to do that for something. And I think that there's definitely something that drew me towards board games is that I feel like they're so. We played a bunch of them at uni, and they were so undervalued by people, or the expectation of them was quite tepid. They thought that board games were fusty and rubbish and not that interesting. And I think that was maybe there was this huge disparity between how I felt about board games and how most people felt about them, which made me even more of an incensed evangelist to be like, no, I need to tell you about these. I need to show you why they're so good. And so I think even before doing Shut Up and Sit Down, I was trying to do that with people at university, trying to be like, oh no, you've not played a board game like this before. Let me show you and do that kind of work, which kind of built me up to that point, I guess. Or well, not work, just hobby at that point. But I think that's what kind of equipped me, and made me kind of really sure that I wanted to do it, I suppose, and still do. Like I still really feel like strongly as this, I want to use Shut Up and Sit Down. I want to use my position within it to just really show people that they're a hobby worth pursuing. And as soon as I don't feel like that, I'm done. Okay.
Then it's on to I'll you can join me and we'll start design or programming video games together. As you can tell, I've got
Yeah,
a
this
future.
is
I've got a future in
you sure well and truly have using this innovative new engine.
it. Crappy Google platforms.
It's great. It's working beautifully.
Well, I really liked and appreciated your answer. No
Oh,
notes. We're moving on.
moving on. Oh yeah, stacking them up.
Stack up.
I'm a champ at stack up.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say. Okay, I could see. I will negotiate with you.
Oh,
Um, I will offer you 12 seconds instead of 15. And if you win, I will give you another power up. So we can go to the power up screen and grab one of those. If you
oh,
lose,
for the final battle.
for the final battle.
Ooh, that's fine. I'll take that. I'll take 12 seconds and a power up. I think I can do it. I think it's gonna happen.
Okay. Are you ready for that same cadence of a countdown?
I'm so ready. But if I roll doubles, I'm just screwed, right? Isn't that the
Oh, no. Okay, if you roll doubles,
you can roll again?
or you don't, or if you just like roll like super low, you have the ability to re-roll to restack them. So like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean like technically if you started with like a four as your highest number, you could put that down as your base, but that'd be like getting a little,
So I'm rolling the remainder. I can't once it's stacked, it can't be unstacked.
yes.
Okay, right. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. We will give you the countdown. Three, two, one, go.
Okay, I've got a 6, and then I've got a 2 and a 1, so I'm gonna re-roll them. And I'm gonna stack a 4.
Three, two,
I'm gonna stack a 3, and then I'm
one.
gonna stack a 1, and then I'm gonna stack a 1.
Oh my goodness. That literally was at the
Okay, it fell over afterwards. It fell over afterwards.
the game registered the hit
Okay, wait, in a good way?
in a good way. You hit.
I can stack 4 dice.
I
I
I
picked,
honestly,
I almost picked like a nice set of uniform dice, but I thought, oh, I'll have a bit of fun and I'll pick some that are all different sizes. And
hey,
it's really biting me in the stack up challenge this time around.
you
Um,
unknowingly were increasing your Hades heat on this run.
indeed, indeed, I was.
Okay, so I did promise you another um power up, and you know what the last
I do.
challenge is going to be.
So the
It's
wall lets me negotiate. I get a redo with Tonga Bonga, and the worm. What was the worm again? It makes it slightly easier.
yes, the worm makes it slightly easier.
I would love another worm, please.
Okay, throw the worm into
I
your
think
other
that's.
ear.
I think that's good. I think that's good.
Oh, you,
God,
you've
I'm looking like a real party animal right now. Holy.
I'll come up with like the best version of all of your upgrades for a picture in the show notes because like
For a little
I
snap.
or maybe even go through animate it.
Whoa, there's no end to your talents.
Yeah.
Programmer, animator, you can do the whole thing.
Okay. Well, we are back to it. You won stack up and oh, there's a question.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
bum, 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 bum. Okay, this is good because the I'm assuming that you're going to win Pod Racers by breaking the game. If you
I
lose,
you're
I
pretty
think
close, right?
I think there are some bigger problems that fate doesn't appreciate you. So, long story short, I don't want to like say you're going to win, but it looks like you're going to win. The question there, I think, is going to be pretty pretty straightforward to answer. It's like you know
Okay.
that line of questioning. But this one, the stacking up is more or less the inverse of the last question for stacking up. So last time you talked about a game that really met your expectations in Oath. So what is one that didn't meet your expectations, but it doesn't even have to necessarily be a slight. It could just be any type of subversion.
Hmm. It's really interesting. I'm trying to think of things that I've played recently that might fit in that category. I think maybe like I played Nature recently. I played a bunch of it to talk about it on a podcast, hopefully at some point. Um, and I found like Nature's kind of I think that when I started reading the rules for it, this idea of the game kind of having this like ecosystem that you're having to manage and trying to like having these very strange interactions where you might have a creature that you have made throughout the game that is kind of forced to cannibalize one of your other species, and suddenly your hubris of creating this kind of like absolute monster at the watering hole is now devouring your point scoring tableau. And I suppose the thing that is interesting about playing a lot of nature is I realize that it's quite safe around those edges. Those like strange bits that I'm kind of looking for of like when the ecosystem kind of breaks down and gets a little scrumbled up. It doesn't happen as often as I'd like because the game is very permissive in just giving you more creatures when one of them is out of the picture. So that might be an example, maybe straight out the gate. I can't think of much else. Like I feel like broadly, I can kind of pick up what a game is putting down, and I guess maybe another way of answering the same question is to talk about like campaign games, where in terms of it not meeting my expectations, I think that for our Frosthaven review a while ago, like I did a little bit in the middle called the insert, where I talked about the Frosthaven insert and how it was my favorite part of Frosthaven. And that's not meant to be an insult to Frosthaven. It very much sounds it, but it was more meant to be kind of commenting on the fact that for these like big box campaign games, for a lot of people, including myself, they kind of are almost at their zenith, where they're at this point of expectation, of this kind of hope, this like part of them when you're imagining every weekend for the next year is going to be, Gloomhaven or Fate Forge or whatever other sort of dungeon crawl game that you might be playing. And then in the reality, you have your group of friends and they're flaky and it's hard to get people around the table. And maybe you want to play something a bit more exciting. And maybe the last session went a bit wrong, or maybe someone has to leave early. And suddenly this promise that's being delivered in this box kind of crumbles before your eyes because people they're complicated and you might not be able to just get them to your table every single week to play through this very long campaign. So that's something I'm almost like checking in myself these days, is the impulse to get excited about a campaign game because of what it represents rather than what it's actually going to be on my table. So all campaign games, maybe that's my answer to that question.
They're they're all have had different expectations. And yeah, well, first off, I was thinking about nature and the way that you're describing that, and it seems like it is almost in a sense like this game where I've given you all these rewards and now you've broken the game. So you've killed the beans, but you got a couple worms.
I got a few left over. Yeah, I got a benefit from losing the beans. It's much like nature. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, even solo games that are campaigns or
Mm.
can use multiple sessions, I mean, not even having to try to sync up schedules and all the things that you talked about. The number of times where I start something where I'm like, this could be a me solo campaign, and 7 months later, I pull that box off the shelf again. I'm like, I don't know what
I don't
happened.
know what was going on. Yeah. Yeah,
So
100%. I really feel that way. Like I think also like it I think it's one of my Achilles heels of my sort of consumption of games that I graze on lots of little games rather than get really stuck into one. And I wish I was better at doing that. It especially comes up with video games where I'll play just like odds and ends all the time rather than like really drilling into one specific game. And I think that that's the impulse that often like yeah, you like you say like I'd rather like try lots of new things rather than stick with the same thing unless it really grabs me. But those are obviously very rare.
perfect. Well, speaking of perfect, I think you can complete your run here. I will not guide you on how to use your resources, but we are on pod racers.
Yes, and I have multiple worms, so I can make the
You
game
have
easier for myself
you have
twice.
multiple worms. You have Tonga Bonga, and you have a fourth wall. You are
And the four
rolling in.
so the two worms I presume would just move me further up the track to start the game, make the finish a little easier, and then I can wall to be like, come on then, let me have it.
Yeah, we can use one of the worms to put you a step closer, and we could use another worm to give you another value. So
Hmm.
you'd have the odds that I had.
The four two.
Hmm.
And then I could wall to what? What could I wall at that point? There's an
How
endless
about
negotiation
how
space,
about this? You can put the wall. Let's take the wall from here. All right, this is leaving your avatar.
but I can put it in front of you, and then you have to
Yeah,
break through it.
yeah. That's what's going to happen here.
Oh, very good, very good. Or just your
Okay.
heraldry, which is floating ahead of your body, as was ordained. Oh, look, a copy of Tonga Bonga is on the tracks. Oh, that's me, isn't it? Of course.
All right, we'll keep Tonga Bonga. So Tonga Bonga might have to be used, but we have a wall on the tracks. We have you. Worm has moved. Let's just have your face this
Just my
time.
face. Just my face
Your
can
face.
can
You're
remove from my body.
one step closer, and you have one, two, six, and what value is going to propel you to this finish line?
I'll take four. So you've got five and three.
Okay.
Okay, here I go. It's a six.
All
I'm one
right.
step. I'm one step. Something would have to go really wrong for me to lose this. It's a five, which is
Okay.
yours.
So I can punch the wall. I'm punching it physically. Bam. Okay. But
Bam.
I haven't moved
Wall
yet.
gone. You haven't moved at all. God, this would have to go so wrong. Okay. Three. That's yours
That,
as well.
that's me. So I do actually get to move on to.
This is going to be a photo finish. This is going to be a photo finish. Four. Four. He's done it.
Four is the newest value.
Ultimate roguelike gamer.
Okay. We will copy your face, and that's going to go somewhere else. Okay. Pod
It blinks out of
racers.
existence. Where's it gonna go?
is it's going to go on the presentation, the slides. But as I'm doing that, I'll just ask you a quick question before we get to the wrap-up ones. And that is, what? It didn't want.
No, my face got turned into an error. It's very fitting. It's I think that's
It
sort of
is.
that's maybe a consequence of having the game broken
I think
by
so.
all of those things.
Well, nonetheless, before we get to the wrap up things, which are usually it's always the same two questions. What is your favorite character in any racing game? So it's probably going to have to be from a an analog one because unless
Hmm. Unless I have a particular fondness for a certain Gran Turismo car,
yes,
which sadly I do not.
I was going to
Um,
say I didn't seem like it.
I guess if we can stick with Magical Athlete perhaps. And you know what? I'll do two for both Magical Athlete regular game and Magical Athlete homemade game. The for Magical Athlete regular game, I think I'm a big fan of the Dice Monger who can offer people rerolls. I just think there's something so funny about the way they immediately get blocked from all trading in that game by a sort of the whole table, and then maybe only get a few moves towards the end when people will kick them some spare change to get them over the edge. But broadly, I've had a lot of trade blockades put on the Dice Monger, which I find very very funny. And for homemade Magical Athlete, we were all very big fans of my friend designed Lightning McQueen of Cars fame for Magical Athlete, whose gimmick was that they rolled four dice all at the same time, and they moved that many spaces. And if they went past you, if they lapped you, they would trip you over. However, they needed to do like 5 laps to win the game or something like that. It just led to some very funny rounds in which Lightning McQueen would knock everyone over in sequence and then take a whole other set of. It just got very silly. It just got very silly.
Well,
Big fan.
I think just ending on Lightning McQueen as the perfect character to finish this race
The
to get you
platonic
out.
ideal of magical athlete. Yeah.
Oh, and then you got a little congratulations, your
Yes.
deleted face. And
Thank you,
hey,
deleted face. Yes. Shut Up and Sit Down does recommend the Intertextual Experience roguelike experience.
I I can let you revisit that sentiment later. You don't have to
Yeah, in the
you don't
cold
have to
light
have
of day.
to. Okay, perfect. Well, congratulations for winning your first
Thank you,
run.
thank you,
That
thank you.
was, a good hour-ish, 15
Yeah,
minutes. I
very
mean, we had some
satisfying bit of
setup.
roguelike.
That's that's a lengthy run, but um, nonetheless, I will just ask you my forever penultimate questions, and then let us go and sleep and catch up on all of those things because that's where we're at.
It
But
is.
my forever penultimate question is what's like a text that's been on your mind? And this could be anything. It could be a board game, it could be a video game, it could be a book, it could be a show, movie, song, whatever that you've been thinking about a lot.
Hmm, that's a good one. And one that I'm underprepared for, considering the premise of the show. Um, hmm, I've been I've what have I been thinking about? Is like the it's not just like what have I been engaging with or what have I been listening to? Because like the easy answer is that I mean I'm literally wearing the Frog T-shirt. I've been listening to the band Frog relentlessly for the last year. They have been stuck in my brain forever. I'm a huge fan of theirs, but the enjoyment of that is not particularly interesting. It's just oh boy, I like them a lot. Um, I've been, I guess, like maybe we can keep it like somewhat topical, and maybe I can say that I've been playing a lot of Mugenics over the last like week or so, and that's been on my mind as a purely just I need to absorb more of this thing into my brain. Because it's delightful, and I think there's a lot of that game to be said for like the way that it kind of inverts the tropes of like the kind of strategic, turn-based, grid-based combat, where normally these games will kind of uh, have you develop relations with certain characters and then, bring them on multiple different missions over time, and you'll see them get rugged and scarred and built up. And this has that to some extent, right? Your cats are going to get all messed up by any manner of experiences you send them on. But I like how it almost forces you to move on consistently and just continually like roll the dice on new things, which I think really suits that format. I think it's the best. It really is. It's roguelike in so many ways, right? It's struck through the whole experience more so than, we talked about Into the Breach right at the top of the podcast. Is it a roguelike? Like, yeah, it is, but it feels so like Eugenics feels down to its DNA. Ironically, it feels like a roguelike, I suppose. So yeah, maybe that's what I've been thinking about these days is the silly cat game. Um, Certainly at this time of night, I'm not thinking about anything more interesting or exciting.
Well, I think I just saw something posted about it that it eclipsed the most people playing it.
Concurrently playing,
Yeah,
yeah, like it was Hades 2, and now it's Mugenics. It's a sensation,
yes.
which I'm glad to be championing. It's a great game.
Yeah, I haven't there's so many things that I like about that game that I have quibbles.
Yeah, there's a lot of very reasonable quibbles to do with the sense of humor the game has, certainly, and the UI, and there's various elements and certain elements of the voice cast for sure. There's all kinds of things to like that have the kind of stamp of its creator on them. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's something really like special in the actual design of it, which is sort of what I'm there for, I suppose.
Mhm. Yeah, I 100% agree, and yeah, I want to get to that place where I'm getting more hours because I'm only at like a couple, two and a half maybe. So I'm excited. Like
It's
it's
a
kind of
big game. It's terrifyingly large.
perfect. Well, the final question. So people are going to be watching Shut Up and Sit Down no matter what, but is there something that you want people to look out for from the channel or even you in particular that you can shout out or
I'm excited. Next week on the show, we've got a review of Take Time, which is a really fascinating little co-op game that has this really interesting mechanic of kind of creating a rule set outside of the rules of the game that I think is really special and kind of needs to be cherished. So maybe that's one. I think the reviews for Hot Streak and Magical Athlete are very funny, very silly. That should be out very soon as well. Yeah, I suppose that's it. I don't know what I'm going to be up to. More video reviews of board games, I imagine.
or
Yeah, that's what I'll say. Shut Up and Sit Down recommends Shut Up and Sit Down. Go check it out.
all right. I will put the Shut Up and Sit Down recommends on all of
On
your stuff.
itself. On
Yeah.
itself. Yeah, yeah,
It's like just hanging out on the screen. Like what? I think we need to see your
My little
Vic,
ogre again.
your
Yeah, look at that
victorious
guy.
avatar. We'll give him
What
some
a
beans
legend.
back.
As a
Just
reward, he can have some beans.
all right. Well, thank you for embarking on that nonsense. I
Thank you for having
think
me.
I think despite the general overtiredness, we succeeded. I'm
We did.
happy.
I won.
You,
That's a turn out for the books. I won
yeah, you
something.
won.
Who knew?
I honestly I had no idea where that was going to go, but I'm very glad that you won, and I'm just very glad that you took your time here with me today. So thank you.
Thanks for having me. Who am I saying goodbye to? The listeners? Adios.
Intertextual Experience, the most roguelike podcast about board games and any other text that they connect to. Thank you so much for spending your time here. Your support through listening to this podcast means everything to the show's success. If you enjoyed the project, consider giving us a rating or review and sharing it with any other people in your life you would feel would like it as well. Any further support, such as sending an email to say hey, following some of the show's social media accounts, or contributing any monetary support to help pay for some necessary subscriptions would be greatly appreciated. All of that information can be found in the show notes. Until next time, keep playing, watching, reading, listening, experiencing.